Welcome back to another episode of the Tunes and Tales podcast. I'm your host, Jay. Thanks for checking us out. If you've been following us since episode 1 all the way to we're at number 10 now. Holy shit, episode 10. This podcast lasts longer than I thought it would. If you've been with us since 1 through 10 or 2 through 10, 3 through 10, whatever, you've been on a journey with us, thank you for sticking with us. If you're new here, somebody told you to check us out. It was an accident that you clicked on us to watch us or listen. If you're new here, welcome to Tunes and Tales. This is a podcast where we have amazing people tell amazing stories about amazing songs. Welcome. So let's get into the notes. As usual, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram and what's the other one? TikTok at tunesandtalespod. You will see it below if you are watching. You can also find us on Twitter at tunesandtalespod. Again, below. On Facebook, it's just Tunes and Tales Podcasts. What else we got? What do we got? If you want to listen to the pod, if you're watching this and you want to listen to the podcast, we're on all major podcast platforms. So that's Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, we will be there if you want to listen to the audio. If you're watching on YouTube as well, hit that subscribe button, follow your boy, support the show. It's a really good podcast. Not because it's my podcast, but it is a good podcast. Also, if you listen or watch the episode today and you feel like you want to share a song and story, hit us up at our email at tunesandtalespod@gmail.com. Again, if you're watching, right below. Excusez-moi. Today's guest on the podcast is Henry, aka Saint Suave. He is a rapper, former rapper from Boston. And then in today's episode, he kind of goes into the ins and out of pursuing a rap career, and ultimately what led him to, walk away, because ultimately he just decided it wasn't for him. Cool guy, cool podcast, the homie. I think you guys will enjoy this one as usual. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up and welcome to the podcast, Henry. You ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. So what's the memory you want to share? First of all, welcome, my guy.
Yo, sheesh.
It's been, move your, I think the pole. Pull your pole that way.
Pause.
Hey, yo. Man, New York niggas like, hey, yo. Hey, yo.
That's how we started the podcast.
You wildin', B.
Somebody get this nigga, man.
But all right, what's the memory or moment you want to share?
Yeah. All right. So, the memory that I chose, it's back in college. There was so many different memories that happened in college, man. But this one in particular occurred around the time where, for a lot of people who know who I am, I used to make music until I retired and had to put the jersey on the wall.
All the fame numbers, bro.
So it was a fun time. A lot of people were vibing to the tunes that I was making. Mm-hmm. So this memory in particular was when I was going out to Virginia to go and record a music video.
Okay.
Cool. In this moment in time, I think it was prime music. We was in the studio, we was having fun.
The thick of it.
Yeah, right. Into the thick of it. Exactly. So we were going out to Virginia. Can I name the people I was going with?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So I was going out to Virginia. It was me, Lenny, he goes by Lenny. His name is Lenny. Mm-hmm. But at the time I was calling him Fire, right? Mm-hmm. He was making beats under the name Fire Beats. And to this day, I just call him Fire. Mm-hmm. So me, Fire, my videographer, OG or Daniel, Jeff, and Ty Jones, right? So it was a squad of us. So we was going out to Virginia. And on this trip to Virginia, There was so much shit happened. So much shit happened.
All right, that's what the podcast for. What happened?
So I think we were probably like 30, 45 minutes into the drive coming from Boston, and obviously we was frost. we was chiefing like crazy,
as rappers do.
You feel me? Like, yo, prime loud, bro. We was on the way. I think the only person who wasn't smoking was Fire, because to this day he doesn't smoke, but he was definitely getting super secondhand on the way out there.
He can fucking tuck his head out the
You
window.
feel me? I was like, bro, I mean, you Jamaican, nigga. It's in your blood. You be all right.
Fucking hilarious.
So we was on the way. I wasn't the one that was driving, so I was super chiefing. 45 minutes into the drive, we see blue lights behind the car.
Oh no,
bro! And mind you, we was all smacked, bro. For us,
oh shit,
we was all smacked, bro. Now I'm getting super nervous, nigga.
He's about to run ID on all y'all,
bro. Everybody, nigga, pull us over. So at first we thought that he was just gonna go by, and we just kept going over lane. He just kept coming over lane with us. So we pulled over, and he's like, "You know how fast y'all were going, or whatever the case he asked."
Well, side note, who was driving?
I have to put that nigga on blast.
Okay, all right. I mean, you already named all of them. So it's one of them.
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, it has to be.
I don't know if you kept him out. I don't know if you kept him out for his identity, but whatever. All right,
it was one of the people that was driving. I'm not gonna say who it was. I don't remember what he pulled us over. I'm assuming it was probably speeding. So he gets to the window, went on the window. Obviously, a gas cloud
just comes out. He's like, "Oh yeah, y'all niggas going to jail."
So let's say it was speeding that he pulled us over for. He was like, "You know what? You were speed. You know how fast you were going, or whatever the case is." He does that exchange. And he was like, "I need IDs from everybody in the car." Of course. I think one of the people in the car, everybody had their IDs obviously, but one of the people in the car was like, "Yeah, I don't have my ID, blah, blah." Tried to start to go through that whole shit. The driver gives up their license. He takes everybody's, boom, boom, boom. He's gone for 5 minutes, however long it takes to run IDs. Then he comes back and he's like, "I'm gonna need everybody to step outside the car." I'm like, "Damn, nigga."
Need everybody,
bro. Everybody
out the car,
bro. 30 minutes into the drive,
that's crazy.
It's like, yo, it don't look like we going to Virginia, bro. So we all get outside of the car, and boop, boop, boop. He has us standing on the side of the car. He's questioning the driver. Comes out, driver's license is suspended.
For the driver?
Yeah, for the driver.
Oh, so he shouldn't have been
operating. He shouldn't have been driving. Okay. And I don't know if he knew his license was suspended or whatever the case is. Driver's license suspended. So like, okay. So he calls a tow truck, and he was like,
"Damn!" So somebody else couldn't drive.
So that's what we were relaying. Like, why can't we just have somebody else drive the car?
Right.
He was like, "Well, you have to." He was like, "Somebody else can drive, but because your license was towed, I had to call somebody." I think he had called the tow truck when he had pulled us over, so he must have known that the license was suspended.
Right. I mean, he has a whole system. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So the driver had to pay for them to not put the car on the tow truck
because they already called it.
Because they already called the tow truck.
Shit,
so I feel like they were in cahoots essentially.
Yeah, it's a system. Right.
So they had to pay, so it didn't go on the tow truck, and then we just let Lenny drive because he was the only one that was sober, right? And then he was like, "All right, you can go on your merry way." Boom. So that was a whole, let's call it another half an hour, 45 minutes. So a whole hour and a half in, we already got pulled over, and it was like, what else could go wrong? Right. But, we decided, we're just going to go with the flow. So we just lit up another one, and we just kept it going.
Time out.
Yeah.
So after y'all got pulled over, y'all said, "Fuck it. Let's keep smoking."
We just kept smoking.
I wonder how this story's gonna end. Keep going.
I mean, it got better from there. It got better, right? So we hit the rock, and when you hit the bottom, it's only up from there, right? Okay. So we was good. Ended up driving a few more hours. I don't remember how long the trip is, but we ended up in Virginia, in DC, and I want to say the name of the song so bad. So we ended up, I'm gonna calm down. So we ended up getting out to DC, and my homie Alex, I'm not gonna say his last name just so that niggas don't look him up. But where we ended up going, he lives like in a neighborhood that's like pretty high end.
Nice, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So in the place that we're in, like we were like captivated, bro, like a loss of words type of deal. We go inside, he shows us, there was like hella rooms in there, bro. Like I don't even know how many rooms in there. I think I used like 5 or 6 of them for the video itself.
God damn,
bro, sick.
Fuck his parents do, or he do.
So he's Nigerian, so Nigerian money, and then his parents I think were in the health industry. So there's money to be made. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like if you watch the video, you're gonna see there's like there's a movie theater room downstairs. There's another game room, and then upstairs, like it's just a big house. You feel me? So we stayed there for the first night. We didn't really record anything. We just got to vibing because we haven't seen him in a minute. He lives in Virginia, whatever the case is. And then the next day we ended up going out there. We got the Porsche, first drop top Porsche that I ever drove. That shit was fucking gorgeous.
Luxury.
Woo! And that's when I was in shape, bro. So you know,
my glory days.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, I had the 2 braids, I had the cut. You feel me? I was feeling good.
It's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, bro, shooting that video was insane, bro. Like I was saying, that was like prime time into the thick of it video. And it was cool to have all the guys with us. You feel me? I'm shooting the video with Ty Jones, who right now actually is supposed to be coming out he was in a movie. I don't remember the name of the movie per se. I can give it to you if you want to put in the link afterwards. Yeah, like acting. Like he was in some movie that's coming out right now. Obviously Jeff is doing his thing out in Atlanta. Like everybody now.
Oh, he moved. I didn't know he moved.
Yeah, he moved out to Atlanta. He got a crib out there and everything. Like homie's doing. Everybody that was into the thick of it with us has done leveled up.
Yeah. You know that reminds me. You ever seen any like black ass movies when they do the still frame and they like play the music and like Ty went on to be an actor.
Hell yeah.
Jeff moved down to Atlanta.
Hey, you got that one nigga. He's still in his mama crib, but yes.
That nigga got arrested for smoking last week.
We should do a still frame on this, or like, and Sanjay's doing this, and Sage's doing this.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, everybody's doing their thing right now. But that trip, it brought back the memory of it, just for the fact it's like I was telling you before this. I'm thinking of like other songs by other people, and I couldn't really pinpoint a specific memory, right? Like you can think of in high school, like damn, it makes us feel old when I say this, but we're thinking about like Sarani and them, like that would bring back going to like,
don't wanna play.
You know what I'm saying? Like it'll bring back going to like the parties where you're winding up or something like that, but like. I couldn't pinpoint like a love like a song where it's like, oh, I was in love.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I feel like as an artist, it makes sense that your own song would have a lot of memory stories. I mean, because you create the song, exactly. So you have like more of an experience with the song, so it makes sense. Exactly. But I want to back up a little bit. So when you guys are shooting the music video, making songs, was this part of a record label or was this like your own independent thing, or what was the situation? So
we tried to create our own label. It was called Free Bread. Free Bread Entertainment. We didn't really get too far we hit Free Bread, but we said we were gonna be Free Bread billionaires. Okay. And I mean, to this day, I feel like it did make a lasting impact, right? Because even though within that industry we didn't become as famous or make as much money level, exactly, right? We didn't get to that point. We've learned a lot going in those steps, right? There was a point in time where I put Free Bread on my resume, bro.
Wait, what?
I know the point where I put Free Bread
like a position.
Like, hell yeah!
What did you put on
I think I was like director of marketing or some bullshit.
Hey, bro. Fuck it.
It works, it works.
It works.
I put it on there for a minute. I'm pretty sure the people who looked at my resume was like, what the hell is this FR33 ghetto ass LLC?
It's like distribution operations manager at Nestle water plant. It's like a water boy selling things.
Handing out.
I had to give an axe where, bro.
If it works, it works.
Hey, bro.
Yo, what was the name of? There was this video I seen online, and the dude, he was doing DoorDash, but he was telling the father, he was like, I work for a company called Dior Deshay. It was like, hold on, nigga, DoorDash? It was like, yo,
Dior Deshay.
If it works, it works. Bro. If it works, it works.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, we tried to create Free Bread. That was actually the first song that we created together. We made a music video for that, and there's so many memories that come alongside that, right? There was that Free Bread song, the song that I recorded after that. We actually recorded the video for Free Bread and that song on the same day.
Oh, so it's kind of two birds, one stone.
Two birds with one stone.
Okay.
Fucking sick. And I did it with two different people actually.
Two different directors, which was kind of fire, bro. Were they in the car too, or separate?
Two separate. So the person that recorded the Free Bread video, he was somebody that we actually went to school with. I think I met him through Jeff, and then I had called Faya afterwards. I guess we wanted to see what the two different outcomes would look like to see who we wanted to move forward with. Obviously, we knew how that went, right? But it was a good experience, you know. It was a good experience just learning, because that's the thing. Like, if we don't know what's going on, we kind of just start somewhere and just figure out what to do next, and that's kind of the road that we went through. But yeah, it was. I hope I answered your question.
No, you did. So I like, because it's all about memories and so I like to backtrack or go back in the past sometimes for the podcast. So essentially, what made you decide, like, I'm gonna try this rapping shit?
Dude, high school, man.
Okay.
So our senior year in high school.
Really?
Senior year in high school. Okay. So, I mean, I've always been a person that, so obviously I grew up in church, so choir was one thing, just singing. Also tenor? Yeah, tenor. I got familiar with that aspect of it, but I didn't try and bring it outside of the church. I was just like, whatever, I'm in church, I sing, boom, 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 bam, whatever. Senior year in high school though, right? I think that's when I started actually like listening more to like hip hop or whatever the case is. And we had I don't think I was in that class. Were you in what's her little teacher's name? It wasn't Miss Gallanter. It wasn't
Mackenzie.
Miss
Mackenzie.
I can't remember her name, but it was the small teacher. She had hip hop, right?
She had a hip hop class.
A hip hop class. You don't remember? It was a hip hop class, and I think it was Marcus who asked me to join that class, and Marcus and Jordan.
Okay. And
basically, in the class, at the end of the year, you were making a music video, and you were basically just.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. I do remember that. Yeah.
Because Elvis had the best music video in the whole cohort.
Yeah, because he was
nasty with it.
Artsy and shit.
But after I graduated, I hit him up. I was like, "You want to be my music video?" That nigga never responded to me. I was like, "You right?
Could have made it, bitch."
Bro, you know what I'm saying? I was like, "You right though? You right?"
That's funny.
But yeah, that hip hop class. I joined the group with, I think it was Marcus and Jordan. I don't remember who else was in the group. And these niggas just waited till last minute to do everything. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. So I went in Miss Corrigan's room. I hopped on the computers. I started getting familiar with the editing. I was like, oh, this shit is fire. And I wrote my verse, and I was like, I think I'm kind of alright.
That's that self-confidence. I like it.
We ended up watching the video on the last day. Mind you, I'm not even in that class. I'm in a different cohort. So just to see that for those 3 minutes, how it comes and people's reaction to it, like this is
it's actually like a little glimpse into like what it could be. You know what I'm saying? It's like those fucking 10, 15 people that like it could be like 30,000 one day.
You know what
I'm saying? Like, yeah, I see it.
And I was like, I bet. So I kind of I loved that moment, and I was like, all right, I think I could rock with it. And mind you, that was senior year. After that, I didn't really do too much, but that's when I started listening to beats, and I was hanging out with Woolton and D at that time. So we would, we'd go roll up and we would freestyle or whatever the case is. Woolton was nasty, by the way. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, hell yeah. Woolton was nasty. And I was like, all right, I got somebody I gotta keep up with type of deal. Right. You feel me? But then going into college, I would still play around with it, but it wasn't until I met Jeff that he was like, yo, this shit is fire, bro.
Right. So that's what I was leading up to. It's so you got to the point you met Jeff. What were you doing? How far or how good would you say you were at rapping at the time? Or was you you knew you had the skills, or working with Jeff was another step to...
So working with Jeff, I think we were just doing it for fun. Okay. Remember, it was just a Free Bread track. It was just for fun.
But was Free Bread even a thought then?
Yeah, so he had the whole Free Bread group.
Oh, so you already had it thought about.
Exactly.
It's just you came on and made it. Okay, gotcha.
So I had made an EP called The Legacy. Mm-hmm. I just made it just for the fuck of it. Mm-hmm. It had some, I like to call it a banger. But I don't think it really a banger. It was called Bad Bitches and Good Weed. And
it was a banger.
It had some other, some other things on it. And so I had the experience, right? Mm-hmm. I had my old mixer or engineer. His name is Felix. He moved out to Texas.
I remember Felix, yeah.
That dude, he was like the real transition point. Yeah. But Jeff had already like his Free Bread team, right? And he was, throwing parties and doing all that shit. And he was like, yo, let's make a Free Bread anthem. I was like, fuck it, right? So we went over to Felix. I did my verse, and he was like, yo, because he found the beat, and he was like, yo, this
Jeff
is...
did?
Jeff, yeah. He got an ear for beats. I'll give him that. That nigga is nice on the beats. And he found the beat, and I was like, I chewed it, according to them, and they was like, yo, this shit is fire. We got to put somebody else on this. So then he put Vic on it, and then he put his verse on it, and then he started just sharing it. Now, Jeff got the gift of gab. I'll give it to you. He got the gift of gab, and he's good with people. So... All I started hearing was on campus was like, yo, are you saying Suave?
Oh, I know. You was like,
what? Like, who the fuck? Yo, recognize the niggas, bro? I was like, I guess, yeah. And it was like, yo, I heard that Free Bread shit. And I'm like, no fucking way. And then like Jeff just started like putting, and it's not only with the black culture, you know what I'm saying? Like black people, Indian people, white people, like I guess the whole Indian is Asian. So Asian people, like just a lot of people would come up to me. Like even where I work at right now, one of the girls, I'm not gonna say her name. She sits in front of me now, right? And I was introducing myself. I'm like Henry, blah blah, and going through the whole like what school you went to, and she was like, going to Northeastern. What year did you graduate? And I was like, you graduated the same year as I did. And I was like, yo, you ever heard of Free Bread? And she was like, no way. She was like, hell yeah, I heard about Free Bread. She started singing the song, and I was like,
that's how she got the job.
And I was like, I made that song. She was like, are you serious? You're saying Suave? And she was like, bro, the amount of people on campus who knew that shit. So it got bigger than who I was, essentially, is what I'm saying. So I think because of that moment, it kind of just triggered something inside of me to make other songs after that. Gotcha. I think it didn't, for me personally, it didn't last too long because I wouldn't say it was a passion. I just did it for fun.
Okay.
So it lasted a few years. And I don't know if people still even scream Saint Suave or whatever the case is. But that was such a lasting moment for me because it made a big impact on my college, I don't want to say career, but my college experience. Right. So to this day, I still go with the Saint Suave. My homies still call me Saint.
I mean, it's something you did, and it's it's part of your story. So you're in the height of college, fucking you got a little micro fame going on campus. You kind of said it wasn't like a passion for you, just doing it for fun. Yeah. Why do you think that? Do you not really like rapping, or is it the pressure, or is like what like? Because for some people they have the ability, like the saying that, what's the name? Dude that just won MVP basketball finals, Djokovic.
Joker, yep.
They saying like he clearly is a beast at basketball, but he clearly doesn't care. Yeah. This man won the championship and said, bro, I'm trying to go home. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He didn't even really celebrate.
Right. He's just like, I just want to be out. Like he's good at basketball, but he does. So was it something like that where like, you could rap, you can write rhymes, you just didn't really like care for it?
Honestly, for me, I think it was, and this is going to sound so shitty, but I think the truth is I wasn't making no money, right? Like I like making music. It's fun as hell. But making music, it wasn't paying my bills.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know people are gonna be like, oh, you just gotta, you gotta keep at it. 2 Chainz, it took him like 10, 20 years to get in it, and now he's in, blah, blah, blah. But I got bills now. You know what I'm saying? I don't got bills 20 years from now. I got bills right now.
You still got bills 20 years from now.
You see what I'm saying? And it was taking money out of my pocket that I wasn't willing to sacrifice at the moment. You feel me? I had bigger things that I had to take care of. And I wanted to take care of those. And I didn't want to keep spending money on other shit because it adds up. You know, a lot of people that get a label, they get that quick check, and they're like, okay, boom, now I can take care of the music, I can take care of studio time, I can take care of videos, I can take care of clothes.
Right, they got a whole list of stuff to
marketing,
go through.
family,
Right.
boom. It adds up.
Yeah.
You know, like, for example, the Touch the Road video that I did, I think I probably spent like, 3 bands on that shit.
Really?
It takes money, you know?
And you definitely didn't see any return at all, right? No.
And if I did, it was probably like $10.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It takes money, and until I was seeing a return on it, I wasn't gonna.
Okay. So, I mean, is it something where if you make more money, you're like, just do it for fun again, or?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
People ask me all the time, they're like, yo, why don't you make music anymore? When are you gonna start making music? I'm like, yo, when I get rich, bro.
When I get rich.
See me in the stew. When I get rich, I'm in the booth. Hey, 100%.
I feel it. I
mean, you see me. I still produce, right? I make beats just for the fuck of it. And I'll share it with you guys and see what your thoughts are. I even go to the studio every once in a while and I record a track. But releasing something right now, I'm probably not gonna do it. Just because there's no need to get everybody all excited again and then disappear for another like 6 months.
Have you heard of fucking Frank Ocean? Shit clearly works, nigga. What you talking about?
Well, he's famous though.
So?
You see what I'm saying? So like even Rihanna, right? She hasn't made a track in years.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, but because I want you to make music, like, obviously, but I mean to each your own. But so the next question I want to ask is, towards the end of you kind of pursuing this, how did it affect other people on essentially the Freebread label? Like, would you say they were pissed, or it is what it is, or? I
think it was more so kind of an is what it is. The only people on the Freebread label that was making music was myself and Vic, or Vic. I don't know what his stage name is now. He changed it a couple of times. But me and Vic were pretty much the only people that was making music. Ty Jones was making music, but I don't think he considered himself to be a part of the Freebread group because he had his own team in Houston.
Oh, so he was just here for whatever reason.
Exactly. So me and Jeff were the only ones that was really making music. A lot of other people that was on the Freebread team were like engineers, right? Like Jeff's a computer engineer. Right, I'm not gonna name everybody, but a lot of people like were in their own space already, so it was more so just for fun, right? So no, it didn't really affect people. To be honest.
So nobody wasn't. That's what I was trying to get at. So nobody was like the pen, like, bro, we gotta make it.
Oh nah,
like, nobody. Okay,
because we all knew it was for fun, right? Like we made the music. We threw the parties. We played the music at the parties. We got the bitches. We got the bitches. Like it was good, you know.
All right, we gotta talk about that. How was the bitches? Yo. Like, no, I'm dead serious. So was it like obviously you're not like fucking a world famous touring rapper, but like, did like women throw themselves at you?
Let's just say the pum pum game went up. The pum pum game went up.
You desperate hoes. No, I'm joking.
It was, I mean, it's for what it's worth, like we thought that we could have went pretty far.
I felt that way. I say it all the time. But my thing is, I feel like if you guys have left Boston, as shitty as it sounds, if you had like went to like Atlanta or LA or maybe like Texas, like a hub, maybe even New York, I feel like you guys would have won. Because, yeah, you guys did it for fun, but I feel like you guys should have taken it more seriously. Like, do shit with intention. You know what I mean? Like, so.
And that's the thing. Like I agree with you. We definitely could have, but it all full circle, it goes back to the money, right? And not saying that niggas wasn't making money, because niggas wasn't making money. We just didn't want to spend more money.
Well, that's what I feel like. But then again, if y'all were doing it for fun, nobody would have that I guess, vision. So it makes sense. But ultimately, I say it all the time, I wish I was still around, because I'm like, shit, bro, I would have bought a van. I'm like, bro, get in the van. We going to drive to whatever city. And we going to figure this shit out. We going to spend money at first, but fuck it. Because all you need is one. You just need one song. That's it.
You got to tell people you used to be a producer too, man. What? You don't know that song? The love. Don't do that. Another banger. I'm telling you.
Them days is behind me. I can't even rhyme words no more. Them days is behind me.
No, but to your original question, it definitely increased like the pum pum game just for the fact that the face was being recognized, right? The followers started to populate on Instagram. People started to notice who I was, and I mean, women love stature, bro. They love. And I'm probably gonna get roasted for this shit, but it is what it is. They love a nigga that at least look like he's fulfilling some type of purpose, because it's like, ooh, I can place myself,
attach myself to that, right?
Exactly.
Right.
I can place myself there and look like I'm playing that part. We in college, so it didn't really take much to look like we achieving something. You see what I'm saying? Like, I make the music, I look the part, boom, I'm somebody now. You feel me?
Everybody's somebody, bro. That's fucking hilarious.
Like, as an adult now, we can't really play that role because they're like, oh, you just another nigga that makes music. Everybody makes music now. Like, not to knock it, but everybody makes podcasts now. So it's like, what's next? You feel me?
No, it's true. It's true. All right, cool. So, where did you guys get pulled over again?
Where?
Was it in Massachusetts?
Yeah, it was in Massachusetts on the way.
So you're on your way to Virginia. Got pulled over.
I got pulled over. I think we got pulled over in like Mansfield or something.
Jesus Christ!
Like it makes sense.
So wait, did the cop not say anything about the weed? Did he not smell it?
Nah. I mean, he definitely smelt it. But I think it was legal in Massachusetts at that point.
It can't be.
You don't think so?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
I don't remember, but he didn't say anything about that. I think he was more focused on probably. I think he wanted to arrest somebody. So, because technically they can't arrest you for having a suspended license, but luckily the person that was driving wasn't alone, so we just was able to switch drivers.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's why I asked earlier. All right, cool. So that's the story. That's the moment. You ready to get into your song?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break.
All right. My name is Henry, aka Saint Suave, and this story is about the song "Acting Up by Myself," which you can listen to on every streaming platform. Check it out.
All right, perfect. So, "Acting Up by You." Usually, the first question I ask is, why this song? But before I ask that, the first question I want to ask is, how conceited are you to list your own? Who the fuck do you think you? No,
listen. I'm just.
Bro, I wanted to ask that question the whole episode.
I'm him.
I'm him. I'm that motherfucker. No, but all jokes aside, why that song?
Well, honestly, like a lot of the songs that I was listening to, I couldn't really think of a specific memory, and this song. Well, I mean, the story, in my opinion, was just super crazy, right? Compared to all the other music videos that I've made. All the other music videos I could have told you like the step-by-step process. Right. But this song I had a lot of fun making. And I think it's one of my favorite songs, right? I have a lot of other songs. I've Touched the Road, that was a lot of people's favorite song. But this song in particular, I feel like I kind of chewed the second verse. It was fun to make. So I think that was one of the main reasons why I picked that one.
Okay. So where did the beat come from?
So there was a moment in time where I was big on just listening to YouTube beats.
Oh, you want YouTube beats?
Yeah. I was just on there.
What type beat was it?
Who was it? I think it was a Drake and Future
I used to
type
have a
beat.
knack for naming. I could hear a beat. I'm like, that's a Rick Ross type beat.
Yeah.
I used to be so good at that shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, that's a Drake beat.
I think it was a Drake and Future type beat.
Okay.
That shit was hard. Like when I first heard it, automatically the hook popped in my head. I was like, yeah, this the one. Okay. This the one. I wrote the first verse first, but then when you listen to the first verse, you hear and you're like, I can go harder than that.
Right.
So the second verse,
okay. Oh, okay. That's dope. All right. So apart from music, right? What do you identify yourself as now? If you're not a musician, who are you?
I mean, that's a good question. It's a very tough question, right? Because I don't feel like I'm the type of person that likes to limit myself to one thing.
Right. It's not limited, but what do you do? What do you see yourself as? It doesn't have to be like, this is just what I do. If it's not one thing, it's the other. But what other stuff apart from music would you say?
Okay. Well, the number one thing, if you were to ask me, if you didn't know who I am, you asked me what I like to do or what I do, my first response is I like to make people smile. I like to make sure that they have a better experience of their day, right?
Okay.
And that could be on my regular work, right? My regular day job, right? I do that from what I do, right? If I'm making music, I do that from what I do. If I'm, what's it called? If I'm educating you in some type of knowledge that I've learned, I try to do that. So that's the type of person that I am, right?
So that's a core at what you do in every way. Okay.
Yeah.
So where does that come from?
Well, I mean, I like to laugh, and I think niggas can
laugh
see that.
At what, bro?
Everything. Yo, I knew you was going towards too. I knew you was going towards too.
Don't drag me into this.
Yeah, yo, facts. Listen, I mean,
you down to laugh, bro?
9 times out of 10, I like to laugh at shit that I'm probably not supposed to be laughing at.
Bro, I tell all my friends, if they saw the fucking group chat between me and you, jail.
Quick.
100% jail.
If you went through our Instagram messages right now,
Jail.
shit, man.
Jail, bro. Fucking jail.
Yo, but yeah, I just like to laugh about. I mean, I think that makes me kind of a positive person.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people look at life in kind of a negative, or what's the opposite of optimistic? I don't even know. I'm so positive.
I'm so positive. I am words for it.
But yeah, it kind of like a pessimistic, right? They're looking like in kind of a pessimistic light. But I wake up, even when things just are on the wrong side, like, even though I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, something just clicks in my brain. I'm like, yo, fuck it. Like, there's no point in like putting energy into that, because what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna mess up the whole day. Right? So it's like,
that's something I learned. That's one of the from one of my years ago, one of my early relationships. That's what I learned. I used to be a person like, and it's the simplest shit. I could be fucking like, I'd be having a great day, right? And I go to the supermarket and somebody fucking brushes my shoulder or look at me wrong, and that shit would ruin my whole
no way.
Till I go to bed. I'd be.
You was thinking about that shit all day.
Like, I want to beat some.
See.
And I was dating this girl, and she hated that because we were getting like little fights, and I'll let that little fight fucking I'll silent treatment all day, and we're fighting over like, did you fucking put the dish? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some dumb shit. So like, you funny you said this, because I used to be the opposite, because there's something I had to work on, but dude, I understand.
It goes so like, there has been. For example, I'm not even gonna put her on the bus, but I know people who would call me
Just
for
say
the
it.
no.
Come on, bro.
I know people who would call. Hey, I'm editing. I'm censoring this shit. I know people who would call me for the smallest things, and I'm like, all right, cool. Now, how did that affect you?
Right.
You know, and they'll tell me like, I'm fucking pissed, blah 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 blah, and I'll ask them like, but are you gonna be okay?
Right.
And they'll think about it like, all right, I guess it really wasn't that serious. I'm like, all right, cool, just keep going. Like, it could be, I can get a flat tire, bro, and I'm like, damn, now I'm gonna be late for work, but at least I'm gonna be at work right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, find the silver lining in it somewhere.
You're a glass half full person.
Got to be.
I respect it.
Got to be. You know. So yeah, that's kind of where it stems from. That's just kind of who I am. I just find the silver lining in anything, and just keep it going, you know?
All right, cool. All right, man. So we got one last thing before we get off the episode.
I see myself as a motherfucking trillionaire. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're going to plug that later.
Right? All right,
word. So towards the end of the episode, I like to play this game called On the Spot. I purposely don't tell people about it before, because it's on the spot.
Damn, you know I'm not good with this shit.
So unless you watch the podcast, you'll never know. But essentially, it's a game where I give you 3 different scenarios, and off the top of your head, quickly, you got to name a song that goes with that scenario.
Okay.
And you can't use your song.
Okay.
So you got to think.
So I'm assuming I have to pick songs now.
Yeah, you got to think. All right? Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right, first one. At a concert, you get pulled on stage to perform a song word for word.
Lil Wayne.
Okay. Respect. What's the song that what's the song that gets everybody at the cookout dancing?
Ooh. Right now, it's probably going to be Burna Boy, either Big 7, or...
Gotta go one.
It gotta go to one?
Pick one.
All right, let's do Big 7 by Burna Boy right now.
Big 7, Burna.
Yeah, that's what I gotta repeat.
Never heard that. Okay, cool. All right, last one. Walk into the club, all eyes on you. What song is playing?
Shit. Damn, I know it's on the spot. I gotta have to think. I'm trying to think the most conceited fucking song. Shit. Damn. I don't know, bro. Can I look at my playlist on my phone?
Nah, on the spot, bro. Come on, man. Top of your head. Think. First song comes in.
Soundgasm.
What the fuck is Soundgasm?
Yo, it was a banger back in the day. I can't even think of what it's like an Afrobeat type of song. I know that's not the song I want to choose, but I can't think of like what song.
Is it a song or like a beat?
It's a song.
Soundgasm? Yeah. By who?
I don't know. I don't remember the person's name.
All right, so you want to go with Soundgasm?
I don't want to go with Soundgasm, but I can't. It's not. Honestly, that's probably the worst selection in the world.
Soundgasm it is. That's all I gotta hear.
Yeah, that's the worst fucking song. I'm not good with this on the spot shit.
Nah, everybody struggles. That's the whole fun of it. But all right, man. That's really it. So the camera's yours. If you want to plug anything, tell them about anything, go on ahead.
I have no plugs right now, but if you want to listen to any of the songs that I've made, you can check them out on any streaming platform, Apple Podcast, Jesus Christ, Apple Music, Spotify, right. Any of those streaming platforms. I do have a show that's in the work. I'm not going to plug that in yet.
Put it out there, man.
I mean,
speak it into existence.
Okay. You know, I like that. So, I did say earlier, I'm a motherfucking trillionaire. I'm a bleep trillionaire. I'm working on a show called The Motherfucking Trillionaire Show. It's going to be educating you on different ways that you can, make your money, but also build your mindset. So, that should be coming in the near future. Sandy said, speak it into existence.
There you go. Appreciate it. All right, my guy. Thank you for doing the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're the man. Appreciate you.
Gang.
All right.